Hi everyone, welcome back, and we're going to be covering the Gods Unchained token this evening. I don't bring good news. I think if you've been following this token for the last couple of days, you've seen that we've had this major resistance support zone at 447, which we've attempted to break above, been rejected on each occasion for a period of 10-12 hours. And at that moment in time, Bitcoin had its first correction. We've fallen into a period of consolidation, and Bitcoin, we have followed suit with Bitcoin, which is good to see. But what's unfortunate about what's been happening with Gods is when Bitcoin drops, we drop harder. And then when Bitcoin recovers, we don't break back above significant support zones. And then obviously when Bitcoin has corrected again, we've taken a bigger downturn. So I'm going to get rid of this fib chart because it's now irrelevant. The more relevant fib chart will remain because that does show from all-time high to all-time low. And as you can see, we've got a significant zone here at the 414 area that we will need to get back above if we want to maintain a bullish momentum to the upside. So this prediction here began to play out, but we were rejected at the 414 mark, which I've just stated is a significant support zone for us. So we did spend best part of half a day here trying to break above. We had a slight dip and a push that didn't hold, and we fell off the table along with Bitcoin. So this can also go. Get rid of this. And what to look for now. So this downturn prediction does seem to be fitting with the price action that we've seen. So I will say, guys, unless we see a good spike of volume in Bitcoin and also within this token, let me just turn the volume on to see where we are. We would need to see a significant spike such as this one or higher to get us to break through 1, 2, 3 support zones and see us back up here. So I'm just gonna turn this one green. As you'll know if you've been watching my other videos, I draw out prediction lines, and for the predictions that I expect to happen, I draw them green. For the ones which I think are less likely to happen, I draw them red or amber. So for now, I do expect us to continue moving lower, especially, I mean, Bitcoin has just had a state of flux in the last 4 or 5 hours, and we're now pushing back up, which is great to see. But I'm not truly confident that we're not going to come back down and retest the 45.2. So if we were to come back and test 45.2, that would see Gods 100% come back to the 3.7 mark. And as you can see, just looking at the last 2 hours of Gods versus the last 2 hours of Bitcoin, we seem to have only retraced 50% to the area that we've dropped from, whereas with Bitcoin it's actually retraced higher to the point where it dropped to. So we seem to be dropping harder than Bitcoin and not recovering as fast. That sadly is bearish. There's another way of putting it. So what to look for now will be a descent to the 3.7, a bounce and a wick below. I hope at that point we see some volume come into the token, and we see a nice spike back up to circa 405 and a period of consolidation before, and this is very dependent on Bitcoin moving higher, before we take another leg up to start retesting the 4.4, 4.5 area, which is where we need to get above to, start legging up as this coin truly deserves to. So I'm going to mark this red because unfortunately, actually I'll leave that green. I'm marking the upswing in red because this is less likely to happen than what I foresee here. So I expect us to bounce back to the 3.7, have a small bounce, wick lower down to 3.03 and consolidate in this area. Now, I will say, guys and girls, I'm hopeful for a large spike of volume to show some support to this token, but if we don't see it and we do continue with our downward spiral, our next stop after 3.3 would be 2.8, and as you can see, the drops are quite significant. We are looking at from 2.8 to where we are now. That's a 36% drop. If we yeah, it's quite alarming, really, and I have to say that because this token is so new, we don't have any significant support once we break lower than where we are now. So even breaking back to 3.3 would be 17%, and I am quite confident that we're going to break back to 3.7, which would be 5% from where we are now. So if we lose this, if we make this 5% dip and don't bounce, we will be moving lower for a 17% dip, and if that doesn't hold, we'll be coming back to over a 30% dip. I do expect that move to play out, sadly. Yeah, I'm just gonna jump out to the daily candles just to show you how untested this area is below where we are. So we have a support showing from the 7th of December, which is near enough a month ago, where we had the Bitcoin wick, which created an all-time low. On the 4th of December, we retraced, dropped back. So we have got the 2.8 as the all-time low. Well, yeah, 2.8 as the all-time low, but that's almost pretty much where the coin started out its life. So realistically, we're looking at the Bitcoin wick to the low side as the next incoming low. Above that, we've got 3.3, and then we've got 3.7. This is very much untested waters. Where we do have good support and resistance is up here at 4.4 and also around the area of 3.9. So I'll just take us back to the hourly, and as you can see, we are currently at 3.9. So this, I'm actually going to put a dashed line in here around this area that we've just made a low and then bounced from, because this actually 3.88, yeah, this could be a nice show of support that we're essentially creating now. Yeah, so I'm gonna make another video in circa 9 hours time to see where we are, and hopefully from here we consolidate and then follow this pattern and move higher. But if we don't hold 3.9, we will be coming back down to 3.7, and if that doesn't hold, we'll be coming down to 3.3, and I do expect us to make a move from there. However, if Bitcoin has a big correction, we may actually come back down to 2.8 and then could realistically make new all-time lows. I'm not going to ask you to like the video. The content is based on technical review and what I'm seeing as a reflection with Bitcoin's movements. It's not a joyous video, but it is an honest one. It's not financial advice, but for anyone who is invested in this token, I hope that the information I've provided offers some guidance on what you should be doing with your investments. Yeah. All right. Please do subscribe if you're new to the channel. It is a new channel and we're trying to grow the audience, and you'll reap some benefits from those rewards. Have a lovely evening. Take care.